Oh man, oh man. Quarterfinals are done. Semifinals are here. Let's jump in. We'll do a recap of last week. We'll get into next week. I got the whole thing for you. If you're going by my personal playoff predictions, which hopefully no one bet on my predictions because neither of them were right, we had two upsets in this league. Tom over John and Tim over Alec. John and Alec had the statistically better teams throughout the year. Obviously, there's a lot of factors that go into that. John and Tom's team both played through probably the heaviest COVID restrictions, players being out for extended periods of time earlier in the year, so that could have weighted things a little bit in favor of Tim and Tom, but doesn't matter because they pulled out the W's in the end. Tom over John, Tim over Alec, and by the way, we'll get to a little bit later, but Sawdog and I want to wipe the floor with all of y'all. First matchup is Tom versus John. Both had 52 players play. Both used all 10 of their ad drops, mostly to no avail. The ad drops did not do too terribly much for either team. Unfortunately, we had a couple people sit during these games. Let me actually get over to one more page I've got here because I took notes from every single night. I'll be doing that throughout the playoffs. Excuse me. Like on night one of this Tom and John matchup, SGA and Josh Hart both have 30-plus points. Poole, Zach LaVine, Brandon Williams, each with 20-plus points. For Olsen's team, Kat starts off the week with a 60-burger and 17 points. Fox puts out 34, 6, and 6. Scotty and Kristaps 20-plus points. A little bit of a down night for Bobby Portis. I think that's due to Brooke Lopez coming back. But after the first night, John led 6-4. This is kind of a back-and-forth matchup between these two all week. John led 6-4. Tom led 6-4. Tom led 6-4. Tom led 7-2. Tom led 7-2. John leading 6-4 after Saturday night going into Sunday. But unfortunately, Tom had a 9-5 player advantage. Both Brogdon and Aaron Fox sat out for John on Sunday. Davion Mitchell, an ad, did put up 28 and 9 points. Scotty Barnes shot pretty poorly. I think it was like 5 for 21 or something like that. But for Tom, SGA, he even sat. But Josh Hart put up 26 points. Poole put up 28 points and a couple threes. Tom overtakes that 3-point category for John. And Tom ends up winning that week 6-4. MVP easily for Tom is going to go to Josh Hart. Shot 552 on the week, 12 threes, 99 points, 20 rebounds, 18 assists. Felt like Tom's team, I don't want to say played at their peak because his team is capable of doing even more, but his team played up pretty high, and John's team just did not meet their expectations. Players sitting. You start the week off with 60 points from Kat, you think, this is a wash. I got it in the bag, and it just unfortunately did not play out that way. John's team, let me see. I wrote one other two thing down. This is also... get out of here. John only put up, 7 double-doubles. He has only put up fewer double-doubles than that 3 times in the league this year. Week 11, he put up 3. Week 10, he put up 3. Week 3, he put up 6. So only 3 times he's put up fewer. And I would bet those Week 10 and 11 weeks were definitely COVID-induced as to why there were not more double-doubles on that week for him. But this is only the second time in league history that John will not make a top 4 position. Only other time was the 2018-2019 season. As for Tom, only note I have here for him is this is his... Tom will be a top 4 or better place for the 6th time in league history. So I think overall we've got... I think this is our 9th technical year, but with COVID disrupting a year, I think we only get that in 8th of the year. But Tom, only 2 years he hasn't been top 4 counting this year, so doing pretty well. Tom would have been this. Now, I also included myself in Sawyer stats just because I wanted to pump this up a little bit and remind everybody that we are the 1 and 2 seeds in this league. But John would have been 2-2-1 this week, beating John and Alec. He would have tied Tim. would have lost to Sawyer and myself. Meanwhile, John would have been 1-3-1. Only win would have come versus Alec, and he would have tied Tim, also losing to myself and Sawyer. On to Tim and Alec. This was another back and forth one all week. Get over that page. Where'd it go? There it is. So first night, Tim's leading 6-4. Keldon Johnson, who's going to be the MVP of the week for Tim here, puts up 34 points. Drew Holiday, 29 points, 5 steals. Conley puts up 29 points. Tim's leading 6-4 after the first day. Even though Alec's team, Harden, Basley, and Pascal all put up 24-plus points, Hassan had 4 blocks, and Harden was 1 rebound shy of a triple-double. Tuesday comes along, Alex leading 6-4 after that. Unfortunately, to drop Collins because he got hurt and Butler rolled his ankle. Jonas was 17-12. Cole Anthony had a nice line. For Tim, Tyler Hero put up 4 threes, 29 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Wendell Carter Jr. played excellent for Tim. He even left McCollum on his IL that night, but it didn't matter. Wednesday night, Tim's leading 6-4. Then by Thursday night, they're tied. Wendell Carter Jr. sat. I don't even think Tim had a player go on Thursday. Alex's team didn't do much on Thursday as well. But after Thursday, it's just all Tim. Friday night, his team put up 206 points, 3 players with 30-plus, Tatum, Sabonis, Christian Wood. Saturday night, his team only scored 31 points, but he still led 6-4. And then finally on Sunday night, Tim had 8 players going compared to Alex 9. Tatum and Wendell Carter Jr. each put up 30 points. Randall, DeMontis, Wendell Carter Jr. all double-double. But DeMontis Sabonis gets hurt, and that's going to affect his future matchup. Alec had a solid night on Sunday, but it just didn't end up mattering. Tim wins that matchup 6-4 because Tim's team shoots the lights out against almost everyone else in the league. MVP for Tim, like I said, is going to be Keldon Johnson. He put up 14 threes, 81 points, 26 rebounds, 19 assists, and 4 steals. Tim thankfully played Alec this week because he only would have been 1-2-2 this week. Only one coming versus Alec, he would have tied both Tom and John. I still somewhat struggle with the tiebreaker thing here. It's versus opponent wins in the regular season, so I don't know if that means versus that exact opponent or if it has something to do with your overall record, but Tim being in 5th place, I think he only would have beaten Tom in a tie. But regardless, still got the win, still headed on to the semifinal. And unfortunately, Alec just had the stinker of the playoffs here, 0-5 versus everyone. His team just didn't have enough push. Harden played well, but man, he's a bitch, and I don't like him. Team shot mediocre from the floor, 449, only 69 threes made, and Alec was one of the top 4, I believe, in threes on the whole year. Tim and Alec were only separated by 2 rebounds, but Tim had steals go his way, he had turnovers go his way, and didn't need any more double-doubles. He actually had 11 less players go than Alec, which is surprising. And then just, again, a quick shout-out to Sawyer and myself, just dusting the shoulders off over here, but I had the highest free throw, threes, points, assists, steals in the league this week. Sawdog with the highest field goal, most rebounds, most blocks, most double-doubles. I think if we listen to my projections coming up, we're going to know where this thing is heading. Yahoo's number 1 ranked player of the week is unfortunately Russell Westbrook. 491 from the field, 73 points, 32 rebounds, 27 assists, 2 double-doubles, and triple-double. No one fucking cares. He's also Yahoo's number 1 ranked average player of the week. We're not going to read his stats, and I'm just going to pick Jokic for player of the week just because he's amazing. You can look at his stats if you want. Coming up this week, though, we've got myself versus Tim and Tom versus Sawyer. So let me open up my projection page here really quick. Okay. So, myself versus Tim, we only played twice in the regular season. Week 4, I beat Tim 9-2. Week 13, I beat Tim 10-1. And before all these guys got sit and hurt today, I did have a 50 to 48 player advantage over Tim, but then Embiid sitting tonight, Gary Trent Jr. sitting tonight, and Middleton's already been sat out for tomorrow, so I'm 3 players down off the bat. Tim, on the other hand, Sabonis is out. He only had 2 games this week, but not going to play in either of them and possibly not through next week either. But as far as my team goes, I've got Joel for 3 games now. LaMelo's got 4 games. Garland, Ayton, and Halliburton all have 3 games. This, I think I'm going to win handily over Tim, but this matchup's going to come down to threes because both of our teams shoot the lights out, and just having that guaranteed category there when I'm playing almost everyone else is nice, but Tim, I don't get that. So, gonna need to chop this week. Meanwhile, for Tim, CJ, Tyler Hero, Julius Randle, and Christian Wood all have 4 games. Tatum and Wendell Carter Jr. have 3. Again, it's a must-win the threes category here. I feel like that's going to dictate this matchup. And Sabonis being out, though, that's gonna definitely hurt Tim in the rebound and assist category, so that should help me there. Kind of like what we did last week, I just use everybody's totals from the year, where you're favored in each category. Tim is ever so slightly favored in field goal. I am favored in free throws. I am ever so slightly favored in threes. Favored in points. Tim is closely favored in rebounds. I am favored in assists, steals, and blocks. Tim in turnovers. Tim closely in double-doubles, and myself in triple-doubles. I think I'm being a little bit of a baby here, but I'm projecting myself a 6-4 win. If I was bold, I'd say 7-3, but I'm going to beat you, Tim, and I'm going to go to the finals, and that's what's going to happen. But good luck to you anyway. On to Tom and Sawyer. And the 2 games played versus each other. Week 7, Sawyer beat Tom 7-2, and in Week 16, they tied each other 5-5. Currently, Sawyer has a 49-47 player advantage. For Tom, Hart, Poole, KD, Levine, and KPJ all have 4 games this week. SGA and Jaren Jackson Jr. only have 3 games this week. So Tom's things are going to have to go Tom's way here. He's going to definitely have to need to pull off a points category, and either assists or turnovers are going to have to go his way. Unfortunately, those are 3 categories that Sawyer's team is super strong in. Sawyer's team somehow, I've never seen this combination before, a team that rebounds so much, puts up so many points, a team that has LeBron James and Trae Young is near the bottom or midway to the bottom of turnovers in the league this year, and that's just a godsend for Sawyer's team. To be able to rely on the turnovers category every week is incredible. So Tom's going to have to get pretty skinny in those categories and pull a couple of them out if he's going to want to take a win here. KD, please stunt on these hoes. For Sawyer, Dinwiddie, Gobert, Bridges, Scary Terry all have 4 games. LeBron, DeJounte Murray, Giannis, Trae have 3 games. Game plan for Sawyer, keep the turnovers low. And if his team keeps shooting well in free throw like they've been doing the past 2 weeks, it's going to be impossible to beat him. It's over. Sawyer's game plan, just keep doing your thing. Let's see here. As far as categories go, field goal favors Sawyer, free throw and threes favor Tom, points, rebounds favor Sawyer, assists closely favor Sawyer, steals closely favor Tom, blocks way in Tom's favor, but turnovers, double-doubles, and triple-doubles all favor Sawyer. I'm unfortunately going to say this is probably going to be like a 7-3 matchup in Sawyer's favor, but Tom pulled it out versus John. John's team had a poor week. Might be able to pull off the upset again, but I am predicting that Sawdog and I meet in the finals, and you other 2 can just try your best not to make that happen. But good luck, boys. See you next week.